It's 3:17 a.m., and you're lying there, stomach tight with that decision you've been avoiding. The cool sheets wrapped around you, heart beating just a little too fast for sleep. Maybe it's about your job, your relationship, or that dream you've buried under years of practicality. Your mind races through all the logical reasons, all the voices of well-meaning people, all the safe choices. But underneath it all, there's this quiet whisper, your inner voice, that keeps pointing you towards something different. If you're like me, you've learned to silence that voice, to dismiss it as foolish or selfish. But what if that whisper isn't just your imagination? What if it's actually God speaking through the deepest part of who you are? Today we're going to explore something that might feel risky. Learning to trust the voice God placed inside you. Jesus said something profound in John 10:27. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me. The warmth of morning sun on your face as you consider these words. Notice, he doesn't say, my sheep listen to the pastor's voice, or my sheep follow the crowd. He says they know his voice. But here's what I find fascinating. That voice often comes through the part of us that knows things our minds haven't figured out yet. You know that feeling when something just feels right in your gut, even when you can't explain why? Maybe that's not just intuition. Maybe that's God speaking in the language your heart understands. The challenge isn't that God isn't speaking. It's that we've been taught to trust everything except the voice he's placed inside us. We trust algorithms more than our own sense of direction. You're standing in the grocery store checkout line, fluorescent lights humming overhead, and the cashier looks exhausted. Something in you wants to say, I hope your day gets better. But your logical mind kicks in. That's weird. She'll think you're strange. So you stay silent and walk away, feeling like you missed something. I don't know your exact story, but I bet you've had moments like this. Small nudges to be kind, to speak up, to take a different path home, to call that friend. These aren't dramatic, burning bush moments. They're quiet invitations to trust that God might be guiding you in ways that feel natural, not supernatural. Here's a tiny practice you might try today. When you feel that gentle inner nudge toward kindness or connection, take 10 seconds to ask, God, is this you? Don't overthink it. There's this beautiful story about young Samuel sleeping in the temple, stone floor, cool beneath his simple mat, when he keeps hearing someone call his name. 3 times he runs to Eli, bare feet patting against the ancient stones, thinking the old priest is calling him. But Eli finally realizes what's happening. Go lie down, and if he calls you, say, Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. I love this detail. Samuel had to learn to recognize God's voice. It wasn't automatic. Even living in the temple, surrounded by religious activity, he almost missed it because God's voice sounded so normal, so human. Maybe that's why we struggle too. We're waiting for a booming voice from heaven, but God often speaks in the tone that sounds suspiciously like our own deepest wisdom. Samuel's story reminds us that learning to hear God is a practice. Maybe this season of uncertainty, when your chest feels tight with unanswered questions, isn't a crisis. Maybe it's a classroom. If you're like me, you've spent years learning to be practical, responsible, safe. Those aren't bad things. But sometimes God uses the very restlessness in our souls to call us back to who we really are underneath all the layers of other people's expectations. That voice inside you that questions whether you're on the right path, that wonders if there's something more. What if that's not rebellion against God's will, but actually God's will trying to emerge? It might be that you're learning to distinguish between the voice of fear, which usually sounds frantic and demanding, and the voice of God, which tends to be steady and inviting, even when it's challenging. Trust is a muscle that grows stronger with practice. Here's something you can try today, and it takes less than a minute. I call it the 3-breath check-in. First, when you're facing any decision, big or small, pause and feel your shoulders drop as you take a slow, deep breath. Ask yourself, what would fear choose right now? Notice what comes up. Maybe it's the safe option, the one that keeps everyone happy. Second breath, feeling the air fill your lungs. Ask, what would love choose? Not romantic love, but the deep love that wants the best for everyone involved, including you. Third breath, longer and deeper. Ask, God, what feels most alive? Then listen. Don't analyze. Just notice what rises up in the quiet. It might be a word, a feeling, or just a sense of rightness. You're not committing to anything huge here. You're just practicing the art of checking in with the God who knows you intimately. God, I'll be honest. Sometimes I don't trust my own voice because I'm afraid it's just me being selfish or foolish. But I'm also tired of living by everyone else's expectations, of making decisions based on fear instead of faith. Help me learn to distinguish between my anxious thoughts and your gentle guidance. When my inner voice calls me toward kindness, give me courage to follow. When it nudges me away from situations that drain my soul, help me trust that boundary. When it whispers dreams I thought I'd outgrown, show me if they're from you. I know you don't speak in fear or condemnation. Your voice brings peace, even when it challenges me to grow. Protect my heart from the voices that would lead me away from your love. Give me wisdom to surround myself with people who help me hear you more clearly, not less. I want to follow you, and maybe that means trusting the way you speak uniquely to me. Amen. If this touched something in you today, share in the comments one area where you're learning to trust your inner voice. Maybe it's career, relationships, or just those daily nudges toward kindness. Remember, learning to hear God's voice through your heart is a practice, not perfection. Be patient with yourself as you learn this sacred art of listening. May you have courage to trust the whispers of love over the shouts of fear. May you recognize God's voice in the wisdom He's planted deep inside you. And may you step forward with confidence, knowing that the one who created you is still speaking, still guiding, still calling you toward the fullness of who you're meant to be. Until next time, keep listening with your heart. God bless you.